We should always, as people and business owners, be growing and developing. So regular reflection, self-assessments of what you've done, what worked well, what didn't work well, and leaving open communication channels really do play a pivotal role in turning those setbacks in your life and in business into valuable lessons. Hi, and welcome to another enlightening episode of the Breaking Through Adversity podcast. I'm Zoe Goodchild, your guide to exploring the transformative journey of turning setbacks into stepping stones for your business. So today we're going to dive deep into the practical steps that you as a business owner can take to master the skill of reframing challenges. First of all, though, I'd like to begin by thanking all of my listeners and supporters for their continued support, especially within my own personal journey that I have been sharing on this podcast. Sadly, within hours of me speaking out about my story on the latest episode of the podcast a couple of weeks ago, this led to the media articles being published immediately after my latest episode was released. Sadly, this was expected, and by me talking about my experiences of trial by media, sadly is only being further proven and continued. However, I feel that it's important to continue discussing this with you all, because after the latest podcast episode, I have had so many fellow business owners reach out to me who have been suffering the same or who have suffered the same in the past, but felt unable at the time to share their own journeys. Now, one of my main goals with this podcast is to share my personal journey and my story in order to allow those in a similar position to learn from some of the things I've tried to get through these challenges and to offer my support so that they no longer feel alone when battling these challenges. And I just want to say before we get started that my door is always open for those who need that safe, non-judgmental space to unload and discuss those challenges and just gain a new perspective on the challenges that they're facing within their own business. So please do reach out if you want to discuss any of those. So setbacks are the spice of the entrepreneurial journey. We didn't get into business thinking this was going to be an easy ride. So let's walk through some of the tangible steps that you as a business owner can take in order to embrace setbacks as catalysts for growth within your business. So for me personally, I would say that one of the most crucial steps is cultivating that growth mindset for yourself, but also within your team, and to start to develop and encourage a culture that sees challenges in business and life, not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and to continually improve ourselves. We should always, as people and business owners, be growing and developing. So regular reflection, self-assessments of what you've done, what worked well, what didn't work well, and leaving open communication channels really do play a pivotal role in turning those setbacks in your life and in business into valuable lessons. So I talk a lot about reframing challenges, and reframing challenges is kind of akin to mastering an art form. So I'd like to try and provide some steps on how business owners and entrepreneurs can develop the skill of reframing for themselves. So my advice on reframing these challenges is to start by identifying negative thought patterns when you're facing a challenge. When a challenge crops up, of course, it's like adrenaline pumps through you, you start to panic, you think negative thoughts straight away. And that's completely understandable. We all do it. So after having those negative thought patterns when you're facing a challenge, you should consciously challenge those thoughts by reframing them in a positive light. So I would suggest trying to create a habit of asking, how can I turn this challenge or this obstacle into an advantage? Now, consistency is key with everything. This is a muscle that strengthens with intentional practice. The more you manage to reframe, the better you're going to get at it, the easier it's going to come. It really does take time to master. However, by reminding yourself that not only do these challenges not define who you are as a person or the level of success that you have or will be able to achieve, but you have the power to write your very own narrative. Learning to train your brain to think in this way gives you the power to overcome any challenge because you no longer view it as personal against you, nor do you see any mistakes made, whether intentional or not, or challenges faced as excuses or reasons just to walk away or give up. Now, we all know that success takes on different hues for every entrepreneur. We all define success in different ways. But let me guide you through some of the steps that business owners can take in order to try and shift their success paradigm and consequently how you approach these challenges. So, first of all, I think we need to begin by defining success beyond the financial metrics. Yes, you may well have got into business for some of the financial gains. However, that should not have been the only reason you got into business. Now, I firmly believe we should all hold and consider a holistic view that includes personal fulfillment and reward and societal impact. Aligning your business goals with these broader values allows you as an entrepreneur to reframe these challenges in the context of a more meaningful success journey. If some of these challenges crop up and all you're doing it is for the money, you're much more likely to walk away. If it's a deep, meaningful reason that you got into business and your desire is to create more impact, your ability to reframe these challenges and remain resilient is going to be so much easier for you to do this. So I want to try and unravel some of the steps in owning your story of adversity. And so let's look at how entrepreneurs can authentically own their narratives. For me in business and in life in general, authenticity is paramount. So I think we should always start by acknowledging the challenges transparently. There's no shame in having challenges. Nobody gets through life without challenges. So share the journey. Share the struggles and the lessons learned. You being able to share this vulnerability fosters a connection with your audience. And remember, owning your story isn't about portraying perfection because none of us are perfect. None of us have had that vanilla life with no challenges or obstacles. And it's about showcasing resilience and growth and enabling you to continue improving that resilience and growth. So today we've talked a little bit and I feel like we've only just kind of scratched the surface, but we've looked at delving into the intricate details of mastering the art of reframing challenges. And it really is an art. It is an art. The more challenges you that crop up within your business, the better you're going to be at being able to do that. What I really want to do is tell you that on the Insights of Breaking Through Adversity podcast over the next upcoming weeks, we are looking forward to welcoming some really, really inspirational, amazing guest speakers onto the podcast in the upcoming episodes over the next few months. And the reason for this is we want to have that platform for people to share their own inspirational stories of how they've overcome adversity and that allow us to see the methods that they've used in order to thrive and overcome adversity and overcome the challenges that they've faced within their business. So I'm really, really looking forward to the next few episodes, actually, because I've told you a little bit about some of the challenges that have cropped up in my business journey. My journey in life has been, it feels like it's been challenge after challenge after challenge because my background is coming from a child that has been in care. So some of my resilience will undoubtedly have been from the fact that I suffered traumas and negative experiences early on in life. And that's perhaps why over the past 12 months of my business challenge, my perspective on how to overcome these challenges and how to remain positive is because there's been lots of negative challenges in my life where I've had two choices. I could give up and walk away, or I could find a solution to come out the other side and still go on to achieve everything that I set out to achieve. So some of the guest speakers that are coming onto the podcast in the upcoming weeks and months have also gone through negative challenges in life as well as business. And the aim of the podcast with the guest episodes is just to be able to share that you're not alone. If you're listening to this podcast, you've had challenges that you didn't think you'd get through, but you did. Or perhaps you're going through challenges now and you feel alone, you feel overwhelmed, you're not sure how you're going to come out of the other side. This podcast is not only a way for you to silently listen to the podcast and experience or share experiences of how other people have gone through challenges that are similar to perhaps what you may be experiencing now, but it also just gives you that sense of you're not the only one going through these experiences. Yes, on social media, we see the highlight reels. One of my favorite things that I got given as a gift once was as a fridge magnet. And this fridge magnet said, I really hope may your life one day be as amazing and special as you make out it is on Facebook. And sadly, it's so true. All we see is the highlight reels. Oh, here's another success. Here's a big win. Wow. Do you know what? That's amazing. And yes, it can be incredibly motivational. It can stir up the competitive side of us. It really does depend where you are in your business journey. But if you're going through challenges, the last thing you need to do is sit and see all of these successes, sit and see all of these big wins, because the way that you're going to read those social media posts, those successes, is not going to come from a place of jealousy or bitterness. It's not going to be like that at all. But you're going to see those and you're going to think, well, why am I going through all these negative experiences? Nobody else seems to be. And that makes overcoming the challenges so much more difficult. So I really would really hope that anybody that is going through challenges that feels like they're able to speak up about it. Because more often than not, the people that you see the highlight reels of have either experienced significant challenges or perhaps they are experiencing challenges right now, but they don't want to talk about them. And it feels like there's a bit of a stigma to talk about the things that are negative in business. Sometimes mistakes are made, sometimes things are missed. Things don't always work out the way we want them to be. And that's life. That's real life. At the end of the day, we're only human. The important thing with these challenges and mistakes, whatever it may be, is to learn from it, to continue developing from it, and to know that you're not alone. And whatever your vision was, go back to that original vision of what you wanted to do in your business when you set up. Go back to those early days. Go back to those early visions. Remember why you're doing it. Because as I said, when you take a holistic view of your entrepreneurial journey, it's not about the financial metrics. Sure, that's going to be a huge reward for you as a business owner, and there's going to be certain elements. We don't go through all this hard work, stress, and it is stressful. It is hard work. We don't go through all of that to, be in a worse position than if we just went to get a job with somebody else. There's got to be rewards from it. And I get that the financial rewards are what most people see or they feel they need. And that's absolutely fine. But when you revisit your vision and remember the impact and the way that you wanted to make people feel. Now, with Innovate Accountancy, we're supporting business owners to gain their lifestyle back, to focus on doing the things in their life that they wanted to do when they set up in business. So spend more time with their family, be able to take trips with their family, have less stress. Yes, they will probably want the income to also be factored in on that. But you need to look at your personal goals and life in general. And that's what makes it worthwhile. That's what you need to hold on to when you've got challenges in your business. Because if you don't, you're going to want to walk away. It's not going to be worth the stress. If all you're looking at the end of the day is the financial metrics, you could go and get a job that pays you what you need to earn, that you're comfortable with without all of the stress. The only way you're going to overcome challenges and adversity in your business is by remembering the impact and the non-financial goals that you set out in business. So I hope this has helped, and I'm really, really excited. I'll be announcing over the next week or so who our first guest speaker is. I'm so excited about this one. You're going to love it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button below on whatever platform you're on right now. Make sure you subscribe. If you found this useful, share it. Share it to anyone you know that might be going through a hard time. Share it with anybody that has been through a hard time or anybody that has a story to share. Please do share. And if anybody needs anything or wants to reach out, my door is always open to discuss anybody that's going through a hard time. Please don't think that you're alone. Reach out. We're all in this together. Collaboration is going to get us through. So see you on the next episode. Thanks again for all of your continued support, and I look forward to chatting with you and announcing our new guest over the next week or so. Thank you.